This video is about my watering system that I have in all my cages. There's a lot to it. This video here will just cover the water, the plumbing part of it, and then another video I'll do the electronics, the controls part of it. But what we'll do here, what I want to do is start with the cup itself. I emptied this one for the purpose of the video. I mount it to the outside of the cage because, as we all know, water inside the cage is not a good thing. But I wanted to have, naturally, not to change cups every day, but I also wanted to have the birds be able to take baths in it whenever they want to. So it's a regular D cup mounted to the outside, and then I just make this little cage thing here to cover it and give them access. But the way it changes, it just pivots out like this and then pulls up out of the pipe. Now, I've made dozens of these different versions, trying to find the best setup that flushes water out the best and keeps it the cleanest. And after many experiments, this is what I came up with. So the goal here, naturally, is to flush debris out, as well as be able to put fresh water in. If it was just refilling it with fresh water, it would be easy. But the hard part is, flushing the food and the feces and everything else out of there. So what I came up with is, this is just a standard PVC 1-inch elbow glued to the side of a D cup, and I just cut a little opening with a Dremel tool there to let the water go out. Because what I found is that the best way to do it is to flush the water. Now this tube you see that puts the fresh water in will end up being at the bottom of the cup. So the key is to get the water, make it flow at the bottom so everything lifts up and flows over. So flush from the bottom, overflow from the top. That seems to be the key. Again, just put a piece of PVC here. These things here, again, take the Dremel tool and open this hole up a little bit so the pipe slips in instead of pushes in like a normal PVC fitting would do. You just drop it in, swivel it in. Like I said, this pipe, this tube here, it needs to go to the bottom. And I cut a little angle on it so it directs the water in toward the cup. That tube I just hold with a little piece of zip tie there. Now, the problem with putting the tube down in the water is with siphon. What'll happen is, if you turn this water off, when you turn the water off with a tube down in here, it'll flow back through the system, and basically the bottom cage is going to get everybody's water, and all these cups are going to drain. So the trick there is a little duckbill valve here. It's a check valve. The water can only flow in one direction. It won't go back. And then every one has a little metering valve, because sometimes you want to just be able to shut it off if you're medicating or something like that, or nobody's in the cage. And other times, and all the time, you want to adjust how much flow is coming in, so all the cages get about the same amount of water. The drains, I have, through a lot of heartache and experimenting, I have found you don't want to go any smaller than 1 inch, because invariably everything else is going to plug up, because you know these birds like to put all kinds of stuff inside there, especially nesting material. That's the stuff that gets in there and plugs the pipe. So I haven't had any problem with the 1-inch. So you can see they're all attached together. So I got 10 cages on one 1-inch standpipe, and then it elbows back, and it goes into a 2-inch pipe that collects all the cages from my entire bird room. 1-inch wouldn't be enough to take. I got like 30 cages on that 2-inch pipe. One wouldn't be enough. This water here, I bring it in with 1-inch PVC and then just tee it off to these 3/8 flexible tubing. This one here, I brought my 1/2 inch in on the bottom. Probably wouldn't do that again. Everything seems to, because my other cages, I bring my fresh water in from the top. That seems to be the way to go. You get better flow, and the cages all seem to get more even. So that's on my list of things to do to move that to the top. I guess that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.